welcome to Edu Idea. Great ideas come from great teachers. Okay, welcome to part 2 of the video. Okay, so let's just move on to the review. Okay, for number 7, given value of a is equals to 3 and b equals to 4. Find the value of these. Okay, so basically this is what we call substitution, right? So you only need to substitute the value of each variable with its value. So a plus b, right? Because we know that a is 3, so just substitute the a with 3, so we get 3. And then because we know that the b is here equals to 4, right? So substitute the 4, substitute the b with 4. So it's just like 3 plus 4, that is will be equals to 7. As easy as that. Okay. Okay. The next one here we have 3a plus 2b. Again, the same thing, exact thing. So you substitute the b with 4, and you substitute the value of a with 3 because we have 3 here and 4 here. Okay. So you can write that down as 3 in the bracket. So remember, guys, when you substitute a number, when it is like being multiplied with something, it's best for you to draw, like you put a bracket sign. So we have 3 and a bracket 3 because this a is equals to 3, and then plus 2 times b is equals to 4, right? So in here, what does this mean? It means that they are being multiplied. So this is 3 times 3 equals to 9, and then that 2 times 4 is equals to 8, so this is equals to 17. Okay, next up we have this one. It's the same thing. We have the value of a, right? And then this is value of a, and then we have that value of b over here. So just substitute that with the corresponding values. So I can write that down as 2, and then again, guys, in bracket, and then that a becomes 3, and then squared, and then minus that a is 3 again, and then the b is 4. Okay, so don't forget again to put bracket. Okay, so for this one here, remember the big mess concept, right, guys? When you do the mathematical operation, you do from bracket, and this is division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. So in here we have a bracket, right? And then in the bracket, and then we have index, right? So we do that first. Don't mix up, yeah. So you don't multiply 2 by 3 first because we have an index. So we are going to do the index first. So 3 to the power of 3 is equals to 9. I'm going to put that like this, right? And then we have minus, right? So multiply 3 by 4, you get 12. Okay, so that will be equals to 2 times 10 is 18. 18 by 12 is equals to 6. Okay. Okay, next, number 8. Multiply out this. So, but to multiply out means that it's the same thing as the expanding bracket. So whenever you do expanding, when you expand bracket, zoom that a little bit. Wait. Okay, so if we said multiply out, it's the same thing like expanding bracket. So the concept is to multiply by using the distributive properties, right? So you multiply this value with all of the terms inside the bracket. Okay, so that will be 2 multiplied by 3x, right? And then add it with 2 multiplied by 4. Okay, can you see that this is what I'm doing here? So the 2 is like here, and that 3x and 4 is from here. This 3x and this 4. Okay, so basically we're just like multiplying, and then we get 2 times 3x is 6x, and then 2 times 4 is just 8. Okay, so the same thing with the next question. We have this. We only again need to multiply that 3 with both of these terms. So I will get 3 multiplied by 4x, and then plus minus, right? So sorry, plus 3 times minus 7. Okay, so again, like I did, it's the same thing like number 8a. So this is the 4x and minus 7. So remember that that minus will be very crucial. This is 4x, and we have like minus 7 here, and then we have that 3 over here. So basically you're like multiplying this 3, right, by 4x and minus 7, right? So you get 3 times 4x is 12x, and 3 times minus 7 is minus 21. Okay, so you don't really need to write this down if you don't want to, right? So you just go straight, like if you have like 2 times 3x plus 4, and then you multiply it like this. 2 times 3x is 6x, and then 2 times 4 is 8, right? You get the same exact answer. Yeah, so you can choose. Okay, next up we have that 5a bracket 2a plus 6, the same thing. We have multiplying like this, right? That will be equals to 5a multiplied by 2a is equals to 10a squared. Okay, yeah, and then we have 5a times 6, we have plus 30a. Okay, number 8, last one here. We have the same thing. We're multiplying this 4ab by all of the terms inside. That will get 4ab times 3b. 4 times 3 is 12, and we have a, only one a, and then we have b times b, which is b squared. And then the next one is 4ab times minus 2ac. Remember that minus is very, very crucial, so be careful. Okay, so we have 4 times minus 2 is minus 8, right? And then a times a is a squared, and then the b and the c still there. So there we go, you have the final answer. Okay, next up, number 9, so factorize. So factorize is actually just the opposite of expanding bracket or multiply out, right? The same thing. So whatever you do in here, guys, the first thing that you need to see is how many terms do we have here, right? So for question A, we have 2 terms, which is 2b and 8. Now let's find the LCM of those 2 terms. 2b and b, like, both are divisible by 2, right? So you get 2, and then after that you divide both of these 2 terms by 2, right? Because you're multiplying out 2's, right? So you get 2b divided by 2, you get just b, right? And then that 8 divided by 2 is just 4. Then don't forget to write down plus 4, right? Because if you do the operation that we did before in expanded bracket, if you do it like this, right, you will get 2b. This is 2 times b is 2b, and then 2 times 4 is 8. You go back here, right? So basically, again, this is just like the opposite operation of expanded bracket. Okay, next up we have 15x minus 6, and we see the number here. We have 15 and minus 6, so both of them are divisible by 3, right? So we put 3, right? And then we have 15 divided by 3 is just 5, and don't forget the x, and then minus 6 divided by 3 is minus 2, and we're done. Simple stat. Okay, see, we have number is 8 and 4, so both of them divisible by 4, because yeah, the LCM is 4. And LCM, yes, sorry, it's not LCM, it should be highest common factor, right? Highest common factor, so that will be 4. And then we see here that this 2 terms has both of them have a, right? So we can pull out the a, right? And then in bracket, so divide both by 4a, because we're pulling out 4a. Divide this by 4a, I'll get, like, cancel that, and then 8 divided by 4 is just 2. And then the next one here is that 4ab divided by 4a is just like, oh, can cancel the 4 and cancel the a, and then we only have the b. And then, oh sorry, should be plus b. My bad. So it's plus b. Okay, there we go. Okay, next up, D. Again, the first thing that we need to see is the number here. We have 24 and 32, right? 24 and 32 has the highest common factor of 8, right? Yeah, it's 8. So we can write down 8 first, and then as you can see here, that both term has a, right? But this one is just a, and the left one here is a squared. So when you want to pull out the lowest power, right? So this is actually a to the power of 1, right? So put the lowest power, which is this a, so I'm gonna put only a. And then the b is just only in this term, it doesn't have b in this term, so you leave the b alone. Okay, so next up, we can put the bracket here, and then divide both of these terms, sorry, both of those terms by 8a. So if I divide this by 8a, I'll get 24 divided by 8 equals to 3, right? And then a squared divided by a is just a, right? A squared divided by a is the same thing like a times a divided by a. So you just cancel, you get only a, right? Okay, so the next step is the minus 32ab, right? So divide also this by 8a, right? This 32 and 8 can be 4, because this is be careful with the minus sign. So we have minus 4, and we can cancel the a, right? So it leaves only the b, and you're done. Okay, next up, number 10, expand and simplify. So basically this is the same thing as expanding, but when you have like terms, you need to simplify them. Okay, so let's do the same thing like before. we're expanding the bracket. So by using the distribution properties, multiply the 2 by the x, we get 2x, and then the 2 by the 1, we get plus 2. Okay, so that is for that one. And then on the right side, we have this multiplied by this, and this multiplied by this. And remember that you need to write down the operation, which is addition, 3x. So 3 times x is 3x, and then 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, don't forget to write down. Okay, as you can see that these two are like terms, right? We have 2x plus 3x becomes 5x. Okay, and then this also like terms. We have 2 and 6, 2 and 3, 6. Okay, so 2 plus 6 is equals to 8. Okay, so you do basically the same thing with this one, the b. We do the first one is we multiply this 4 with all of the terms inside. We have 4 times 2a becomes 8a, and then 4 times 5 equals to 20. Okay, and then the next one is this one here, multiplied by this. Remember that this is minus 2, right? So you are multiplying minus 2 with 3a, so you will get minus 6a. And then this times this, and again guys, be very careful. This is minus 2 times minus 7, so minus negative times negative becomes positive. So it's positive 2 times 7 is equals to 14. Okay, again, see the like terms. We have like terms which are this 8a and minus 6a, right? They are like terms, and also if we combine them, so 8a minus 6a is just 2a, right? And then we also have another like terms which are these two, right? 20 plus 14 is equals to 34, so it's plus 34. Okay, so you do the same thing with C. I'm not going to show you this one, you just try it first. Okay, next up, number 11. This is just solve the equation. Remember that the concept is that to make the goals, the final goal is to make the variable alone in one side of the equal sign, and then if you have if it's not alone yet in one side of that equal sign, you need to get rid of the others. By what? By doing the opposite operation of what you have from that terms. Okay, so and then again, whatever you do on the left side of the equal sign, you do the same thing on the right side of the equal sign. Okay, so for example, like this, we have number 11, and focus, the first one is to the variable. We have the variable is this one, which is x. This x is on the left side of the equal sign, right? This is the equal sign, so it's on the left side of the equal sign. But on the left side of the equal sign, it's not alone yet. This x is not alone because we have this plus 4, so we need to get rid of that plus 4. So how to do that? You do only the opposite operation of addition, because this is addition, right? Plus 4 added with 4. So in order to get rid of that, you need to subtract by 4, because 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. So I can write down that again like this, and I'm going to subtract that by 4, right? Because this minus this equals to 0. But again, whatever you do on the left side of the equal sign, you do the same thing on the right side of the equal sign. So this is the equal sign, yeah. Okay, so again, you do the same thing like on the left side and the right side. Okay, so that leaves this one is 0, so it's just x on the left side. You just have x, and then you only need to calculate 9 minus 4 is equals to 5. Okay, the same thing for number 12. Again, focus on the variable, which is the y, and then we need to get rid of this minus 8, right? So it's being subtracted, so remove that by doing the opposite operation of subtraction, which is addition, right? So it's y minus 8 equals to 20, and then I'm going to add that with the same number that I'm going to get rid of, which is 8, right? The same exact number. So this will be gone, right? And then do the same thing on the right side. We have plus 8. So on the left side, we have just y, because this is gone, like plus 0 is just, yeah, and then this is equals to 28. Simple as that. Okay, next, number 3x. Number 13, sorry. We have 3x equals to 21, and as you can see, again, the first thing that you need to see is the variable, which is the x here, and then it's not alone yet because we have this 3, so we need to get rid of that 3. So remember guys, whenever you have like 2a or 3x or anything that is like the combination of a number and a variable without any arithmetic operation like plus, without this symbol, without this symbol, without this symbol, without this symbol, right? So any symbol, you don't have it, so it means that they are actually being multiplied. So if I have like 2a, 2a means 2 multiplied by 8. The same thing with 3x, we have like 3 multiplied by x. So remember just that, okay? So in here for number 13, we have 3x, right? 3x means 3 multiplied by x. So if I want to get rid of that 3, right? So I only need to divide it by 3 because this is the multiplication. So the opposite operation of multiplication is division. So I divide both sides by 3. So I will get 3x equals to 21, and I'm going to divide both sides by 3, right? And then by doing so, we can cancel the 3, right? So that only leaves x on the left side, and then 21 divided by 3 is equals to 7. So I can write down x is equals to 7. Okay. Okay, number 14, we have m over 5 equals to 7, and then we have this as a division, right? So again, that is the m is on the left side of the equal sign, but we still have a number which is this 5, right? So that 5 is actually is dividing the m, and then we need to get rid of that 5, so which means that we are going to do the opposite operation of division, which is multiplication. So I can rewrite it again as m over 5 equals 7, and I'm going to multiply both sides by 5, right? So by doing so, I can cancel this 5, right? So that leaves only m on the left side of this equal sign. So we'll get m equals to 7 times 7 is equals to 35, okay? Okay, next up, number 15. So basically the same thing, but for this time, we need to do it like 2 steps, okay? So the first thing, again, you need to see the variable. The variable is this one, which is b. But and then it is on the left side of the equal sign, right? On the left side. And then it's not alone yet. On the left side, we still have that 2 and 5, right? So we need to get rid of those 2. So what do we do first here? So which one do we need to remove first, right? So is it the 2 or is it the 5? So this is going to help you. The bit mass concept actually can help you, but in reverse, okay? So if you want to get rid of if you want to choose which one that you want to get rid of, you can use this bit mass concept, but in reverse, okay? So instead of like seeing from the bracket and then index and then division and so on, you see it from the subtraction, okay? So can you see here we have the subtraction? No. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Do we see any addition? Yes, we have addition, which is here. So we get rid of that addition first, okay? So that is being added with 5, so we're going to subtract both sides by 5. So I get 2b plus 5 equals 17, and then I'm going to subtract both sides by 5, so that this guy is gone. So you only have 2b on the left side of the equal sign. You get this 2b, and then we have 17 minus 5 is equals to 12, right? So after you get this one, it has the same, I mean, like you only need one more step, right? Just like the previous example, and then let's get rid of that 2, because 2b is 2 times b. Just divide both sides by 2, and then we can just cancel this 2, and that leaves b on the left side. It's just b, and then equals to 12 divided by 2 is equals to 6, okay? Okay, let's do it again. We have number 16. We have 3c minus 8 equals to 22. Again, the first thing I need to see is the variable which is here, and it's not alone on, it's on the left side of the equal sign, but it's not alone because we still have this guy and this guy, right? So we need to get rid of those 2 things, yeah, two numbers. Okay, again, you use the bit mass concept, but from like in reverse, right? So the first thing you see is, do you have any subtraction? Yes, we have a subtraction, so we get rid of that first, okay? So we have 3c minus 8 equals to 22. So in order to get rid of subtraction, we need to add, okay? So we add both sides by the same number that we want to get rid of, which is 8. So add it with 8. Okay, so that will be gone. So you only have 3c on the left side of the equal sign, right? And then 22 plus 8 is equals to 30. And the last one is, because we want to get rid of this 3, just divide that by 3 so that we can cancel that. Okay, sorry. We need to divide both sides by 3, and then we can cancel that 3. And then c is equals to, sorry, I'm running out of space, is equals to 30 divided by 3 is equals to 10. Okay, so you do the same thing with number 17. I don't need to explain. Okay, and then number 18, I don't need to explain. Okay, I'm gonna explain number 19. Okay, so again, this one is like 3 steps. Actually, use the same thing, right, guys? So the first thing, again, a bit mass concept, right? But in reverse. So what you see here, this is the n, right? And then it's on the left side of the equal sign, but it's not alone yet. because we have this one, we have this one, and we have this one, right? So which one do we need to get rid of first? Okay, so again, use the bitmask concept from reverse. Yeah, so this is the, if you see any subtraction, okay, we have subtraction, so we get rid of that first. Okay, so we have 4n over 3 minus 5 equals 7, and then because I'm going to get rid of that 5, so because this is being subtracted, and then the opposite operation of subtraction is addition, so this is plus 5, and you do the same thing on the right side, you get that one, and then this is going to be gone, so you only have 4n over 3 4n over 3 is equals to 7 plus 5 is equals to 12. Okay, so we're not done yet because we still have 4 and 3. Okay, so next, do we have addition? No. And do we have multiplication? Yes, we have a multiplication, which is this one, 4, right? Or you can just do it like this. Okay, whenever you see a fraction, whenever you see a fraction in solving algebra equation, right, I suggest that you remove the denominator first. Okay, so the denominator is this guy over here, right? That 3, the one on the bottom. If you see a fraction, the one at the bottom, we call it denominator, so we get rid of that first. Okay, so that is the easiest way, I think, to solve. So I'm gonna rewrite that again, right? Equals to 12. So if I want to get rid of this, right, because it's a division, so you only need to multiply that by 3 for both sides, multiply by 3. So in that way, you can just cancel this 3, right, and that leaves just 4n on the left side of the equal sign, right? This 4n. And the right side, we have 12 times 3 is 36. Okay, so the last one that we're going to do, 4n, get rid of the 4. 4n means 4 multiplied by n, and then you only need to divide both sides by 4, right? So that you can cancel the 4, right? So n is equals to 36, so it's n is equals to 36 divided by 4 is equals to 9. There you go, you have the answer. Okay. Okay, so basically number 20, number 21, number 22, all of them the same. I'm gonna discuss number 22 here. Okay, so remember what I said before, when you see an equation, you see the variable, which one, is it on the left side or on the right side of the equal sign? And here we have both sides, right? Okay, so how do you solve this? So actually, we have the same concept, right? So we want to have the variable alone on one side, but it has in both sides, right? So we can choose where do you want to the variable alone in for the final answer, right? So maybe on the left side or maybe on the right side. It's up to you actually. I'm gonna choose that the b should be on the left side, so I'm gonna remove this to b, right, on the right side of the equal sign. Okay, so how to do that is just because this is being added, right, addition, so you only need to subtract it by what? By 2b, right? So I can rewrite it again. We have 5b minus 3, and then so I'm gonna erase that 5b minus 3, and then that one is 2b plus 9. So because I want to get rid of this one, so I only need to subtract with the same exact term, right, with 2b. And again, because I'm subtracting 2b on the right side, so I do the same thing on the left side. Okay, so that leaves this guy here is 0, right? It's just 0. So this one over here, 5b minus 2b, is just 3b. So I can rewrite it again as this one becomes 3b, and this is minus 3, and this is gone. So that leaves only the 9, right? So as you can see, this is the same thing like the two-step equation. Okay, so let's do it again. So 3b minus 3 equals 9, and then you can just add both sides by 3, so that you can get rid of this 3, right? So you only get the next one is 3b, this one is gone, and 9 plus 3 is equals to 12. Okay, and the last one is because we want to get rid of this 3, so you divide that by 3, both sides, divided by 3, divided by 3, and then I will get just b, because we can cancel this. It's only b on the left side, and then 12 divided by 3 is equals to 4, right? Okay. Okay, next up, number 23. Number 23, as I said before, if you see a fractional equation like this, right, the easiest way to do it, to solve this, is the first thing that you need to do is to remove the denominator. Again, the denominator is the one that's on the bottom of the fraction, right? So because it's being divided, right, division, So you do the opposite operation of division, which is multiplication, right? So to get rid of that 4. So if I want to get rid of that, sorry, so we have 3d plus 2 over 4 equals 5. I'm going to multiply both sides by 4, right? So by doing so, I can cancel this 4 and this 4, right? So which means that I will get 3d plus 2 on the left side, this one here, that equals to 20, right? So if you get this, so you do the same thing like before, like subtracting both sides by 2, right? So I get 3d plus 2 equals to 20. I'm going to subtract both sides by 2 to get rid of this 2, right? So I will get 3d on the left side, 3d on the left side, and then 20 divided by 20 minus 2 is equals to 18. And then again, I would like to get rid of this 3 just by divide both sides by 3, right? So that I can cancel the 3. Now that leaves the d on the left side of the equal sign, and then 18 divided by 3 is equals to 6. Okay, next up is a study problem. Is going to be on the next video.